Yo, what is up, everybody? Popo here, bringing you guys a new video, and today I'm going to show you 5 teams to try in Regulation H. Let's go. Welcome, everybody. I'm going to be showing you guys 5 more teams that you guys can use in Regulation H. These are going to have rental codes, so you can use these on the newly released Regulation H in-game ladder, so make sure you go do that. Try to get yourself to Masterball using these teams. They're all very good. Well, at least 4 of them, and then 1 is mine. But these are made by some very, very good players. And there's a little bit of variety in these, and you'll see that. But I just wanted to bring some teams that had some rentals out there that you guys might have missed. Some of these teams that have been doing well, I haven't been able to find rentals. A lot of really good players are kind of hiding their rentals going into Baltimore, so it kind of makes sense. So finding these was, you know, kind of a challenge. But PokePaste is a great place. I will link their whole Google sheet down below, so you can go check that out. They have tons and tons of different ones. Most of them don't have rental codes, though. They're mostly just PokePaste, which the PokePaste for these will be down below too if you want to use them on the Showdown ladder. If that's more your speed, you can do that for sure. But let's get right into it here. So the first one is going to be Rain. This is something you should expect to see on the ladder, and getting good with this team will probably be beneficial for you, even if you aren't pushing for it yourself. Just because you'll know the weaknesses, how to defend against it, what's good, what's bad against it, stuff like that. So it's always a good team to really be prepared for, as well as know how to use yourself, just in case, because, you know, it's just so good. It's very strong, right? It's just very, very strong. So knowing the ins and outs is very important. Of course, we have Archaludon with the Salt Vest. Now it's going to be Draco Meteor, Electroshot, Flash Cannon, and a Body Press. That's a pretty standard set for Archaludon. This one does have 0 attack. I don't think you really need 0 attack, but I guess it could matter, because there are a couple of people running Foul Play on like Murkrow out there. Next we have Pelipper. This is going to be Focus Sash. I think Focus Sash is the best item on him right now. Ghost Terra is fine. And then you just want to max out your stats with the Protect, Hurricane, Weather Ball, and Tailwind. Very, very standard. We have Goldango with Choice Specs. With the Steel Terra. You can use whatever Goldango you're most comfortable with. But this is a pretty common one with Make It Rain, Shadow Ball, Focus Blast. Focus Blast is one of those ones where it can be something different. Thunderbolt is probably more common at the moment. And Trick. Though Focus Blast does hit the Archaludon, Focus Blast just misses. It never hits anything. Hydreigon with Covert Cloak, which is something new I've been seeing a little bit of. Just people sprinkling Covert Cloak over, you know, some of the other items it was running, like Scope Lens and stuff like that. Draco Meteor, Snarl, Dark Pulse, and Tailwind. This one's pretty bulky, though you can kind of run whatever Hydreigon you want. So don't feel pressured into using this exact one. Then we have Basiligian. If you're going to run Rain, you're going to want either Basiligian or you're going to want like Palafin. But I think Basiligian is just much stronger right now because of that. That Last Respects is just very, very good. Life Orb, Swift Swim, Grass Terra. Pretty strong, max speed. We're going to be Adamant, Protect, Wave Crash, Aqua Jet, Last Respects, and then we have Amoonguss, just bring it around. Good against the Rain teams, of course, so again, in the mirror matchups, which you're going to have a lot of, this is something you're going to want to bring. We got Rocky Helmet, Dark Terra, max HP, just whatever, I guess, Amoonguss you like to use. This one has 27 speed. That must be to outspeed something very specific. I'm not really sure what it is. Spore, Pollen Puff, Rage Powder, and Clear Smog. If you're not going to run Haze on your team, you're definitely going to want to run Amoonguss with Clear Smog or Torkoal with Clear Smog, something like that, to be able to take care of those Dondozos. Hopefully you don't run into a Steel Dondozo if you do go for these. That's made by Rai21E. I don't know who that player is, but if you do, this is their team. So, yep, the rental is that right down there. Next, we have that team that's been going around a lot, which is the Clefable Gengar team. Unfortunately, I couldn't find too many PokePaste and rentals for this. I couldn't find any matching ones, is more what I should say. They were very excluded. So this one here is from Sammy TV on YouTube, whose link will be down below. That's where I got the rental from, it is theirs. And this is going to be from Bravado VGC, who's been posting a ton of PokePaste over on their Twitter, which will also be linked down below, as well as all of these PokePaste will be down there too. But yeah, the main basis is completely the same. You get the same Pokemon. There are a couple alterations on these. We have Skill Swap versus Helping Hand on these, and we have stuff like the Mirror Herb over the Clear Amulet. So there are some changes, and you can use whatever one you feel more comfortable with. But if you're going to use the rental, this is going to be the one. I don't know the EVs and stuff on them, so take it at your own risk. But we have Kingambit with safety goggles. Defiance, of course, is going to be what you want. Terra type is going to be dark. I'm a big fan of changing the Terra type on this, but I know the team really likes the dark Terra. Kowtow, Cleave, Sucker Punch, Sword Dance, Protect. Sitting next to the Clefable, you can kind of get those Sword Dances off pretty easily. We have Rillaboom, Assault Vest, Fire Terra. Use whatever Rillaboom you want, I feel like, in these teams. I don't think you need anything very specific, though this one's very bulky compared to what you'd see a usual Rillaboom. We have Volcarona with Leftovers, Flame Body, but sometimes it doesn't keep that Flame Body, it gets unaware. And then it's going to be super bulky because you're going to get strong with the Quiver Dance anyway, so you want to make sure that it can take a physical hit. And then you have Giga Drain and Heat Wave to go along with that Protect. Next we have the Paldean Aqua Clear Amulet Tauros. Once again, if you do use this one, it is going to be Mirror Herb. I don't know which one I like better, but I think in the Mirror matchup you want the Clear Amulet, but I could be wrong on that. Yeah, it's going to be Steel Terra. Pretty physically, intimidating here. Pun not intended. Wave Crash, Close Combat, Aqua Jet, Protect. So it's going to play a similar role to something like a Palafin might, because Palafin gets those same moves, except you're going to use Jet Punch usually, but it doesn't get the Intimidate. And then Gengar, Focus Sash, Curse Body, Ghost Terra. I've seen Poison Terra. This one's Poison Terra. So, is it Poison Terra? I think so, yeah. It's very small on my screen. And then we got Timid with Sludge Bomb, Shadow Ball, Taunt, and Protect. And of course, the Clefable is going to be Citrus Berry with Grass Terra, so that way you don't get spored. It's really going to help out there, though there's been other Terras. This one's running water, so you can kind of see that there's some differences between them. But yeah, you're just going to go super bulky, and then Moonblast, Follow Me, Skill Swap, and or Helping Hand, and Protect. So this is a very common team. It's performing very, very well. When you're on ladder, expect to see this team, especially if you are in Master Ball. This is going to be a team to really, really watch out for and be careful for. So learn how to play this team so you know how to beat it, because this isn't an easy team to play or beat. So keep that in mind. Next, we have Dondozo. Expect to see a bunch of this guy, especially on best of one ladders, because yeah, people hate other people's time. So there you go. Dondozo, Tatsugiri, Goldango, Talonflame, Dragonite, and Palmot. This is pretty standard. This is something I believe it was Cybertron showed this team. I don't know if it's this exact one, but a team like this, the exact Pokemon, recently. So everybody knows the team and has it out there. So be prepared for it. It's just max attack, max speed Dondozo, which is different. And then it's going to be Choice Scarf, and that's Leftovers, Wave Crash, Order Up, Earthquake. So that's what you're mostly going to see with Grass Terra. There are some Steel Terras out there, but it's just worse in the Mirror match. So I don't know which one you'll see more commonly. Tatsugiri, Choice Scarf with Steel Terra with 252. Timid, Draco Meteor, Muddy Water, Dragon Pulse, Icy Wind. Pretty standard there. Goldango, Choice Specs. This is going to be same as the one we saw before, except this one's just 252. This whole team's basically 252s. Then we got Talonflame with Covert Cloak. It's going to be the Flying Terra. Personally, I like Stellar Terra more because it's unlikely you're going to get 2 Brave Birds off. And just being able to power up that Flare Blitz in a case that you might need it is more important to me, I think. But you do as you will, and that's going to be 252. Tailwind and Will-O-Wisp are pretty good too. Of course, you can set up those Tailwinds, and you can Will-O-Wisp stuff like Dragonite. Terra type for Ghost could also be pretty relevant now that Dragonite's back, because normal Terra Dragonite does one-shot Talonflame too, so But then we got Talonflame, Choice Band, Inner Focus. Pretty standard here. Once again, use your Dragonite of choice because people like different builds of the Dragonite. But Extreme Speed, Outrage, Low Kick, and Stopping Tantrum. Low Kick makes sense because there are a lot of big boys running around like Dondozo and, you know, stuff like Ursaluna Blood Moon. So having something that can hit them for super effective is pretty good. And then Palmot, Focus Sash, Natural Cure, which is what people have been running. And then that's just 252, 252, Double Shock, Close Combat, Fake Out, and of course, Revival Blessing, so you can get a double Dondozo out. But Dondozo ain't done, because there's another Dondozo team out there that you can watch out for, and that's 222 Dondozo. If you don't know what 222 Dondozo is, it's basically you run Psy Spam Dondozo and whatever other two that pair well together. On the same team, and you just call it a day, and you're like, yeah, that's good. It was Fluttermane Chi-Yu. Of course, they're not legal right now. You can replace that with Rain. I've seen Rain in that second slot because it also powers up Dondozo and Tatsugiri when their water moves. So there's a couple of things you can run into that slot, but this one is using the Sand team. We have Lycanroc with the Focus Sash, Ghost Terra, with Max Attack, Max Speed, Rock Slide, Endeavor, Close Combat, and Protect. This is extremely standard. Tyranitar with Choice Band is much different, though. This isn't something I've seen. I personally think Assault Vest is better and something you should probably be considering. And if you're not, then this could do a lot of damage, but I don't really like it. 252, 252. I don't think you need that much speed either. Rock Slide, Low Kick, Terra Blast, and Assurance, pretty good. Assurance is really, really good next to Lycanroc because he's so fast. With that Sand Rush that you're able to get the Rock Slides off and then the Assurances, and you're taking KOs pretty easily. Next we have Indeedee, and this is going to be Safety Goggles, Fairy, and it's just 252 HP, 252 defense, and yeah, Dazzling Gleam, Follow Me, Helping Hand, Trick Room. Pretty standard. I think this is the best Indeedee, set. I don't particularly like the EVs because I use a very specific Indeedee I've been using forever. Armrouge with Life Orb, Flash Fire on this one. I don't know if you need Flash Fire on this one. Weak Armor might be better because you're not really going for those Trick Rooms as much on this team, though you can because of the Tyranitar. So I guess maybe you don't want Weak Armor. 244, 4, 252, 4, 4. Pretty interesting spread. Modest, of course, Expanding Force, Energy Ball, Heat Wave, and Trick Room. The Energy Ball gets boosted off of that Grass Terra. And then we have Dondozo with Lumberry, Unaware, of course, Grass Terra. Same set as the last one, except this one has Rock Slide and Terra Blast. I think you should watch out for Earthquake a little bit more than the Rock Slide, though Terra Blast is definitely something that you could see over Order Up. And then Tatsugiri, this one is Choice Specs with Draco Meteor, Muddy Water, Sleep Talk, and Hydro Pump. Surprised not to see Icy Wind on there. I think Icy Wind could help the team a little bit more than Hydro Pump does. But maybe you just want to get out as much damage as possible. But who knows? If you're going to run Hydro Pump, at least run the Rain team. But yeah, so that's going to be a 222 Donzozo example. So if you want to use this one, go right ahead. But people are not going to be happy to play you. And the last one, this is a team I have created. This team I feel like is very, very strong, especially if you're just trying to get into Master Ball. This could definitely easily get you there. We have our Rangaroo, who's going to be a Trick Room setter. He's really hard to stop because he can't be faked out, and he can't be taunted thanks to that Mental Herb. So we got the Fairy Terror on there. 252, 164, 92. This is a Rangaroo I've been running for a very long time. Instruct, Psyshock, Trick Room, and Encore. Very good sets. Though that Encore could also be Sunny Day if you want. So you can change that up to your liking if you do want to run a team similar to this. We have Blood Moon Ursaluna with Throat Spray. The reason why we're doing Throat Spray over Life Orb is for the simple fact that if we Instruct, it's just better every other turn. Except for the first one, it's only 10% less damage overall. But it's just stronger, and you're not taking a bunch of damage from the Instruct, of course, because if you Instruct, you're taking 2 of those Life Orb damages. Next, we have Sinistra with the Rocky Helmet. The Rocky Helmet could be various other things too, but this is going to be 252 HP, 252 Special Defense, 4 Special Attack, and we're going to have Rage Powder, Machigacha, Strength Sap, and Trick Room. I don't know what that was. I just heard something fall in the other room. All right. And this is basically going to be your second Trick Room setter, just in case. It's also going to have Strength Sap that can help you deal with some of the threats like Ursaluna, like regular Ursaluna and stuff like that. Keep itself healed up. Matcha Gotcha puts pretty good pressure on, especially with something like that Instruct. And you could do some really cool things where if you Rage Powdered last turn and you Instruct, you'll get both Rage Powder and your attack off in the same turn. So that is really, really cool. Same if you went Strength Sap the turn before, you can get a slower Strength Sap this turn and then also go for the Matcha Gotcha. So there's some really cool techs that you can do with Instruct in general, but this is a Pokemon on the team that can really take advantage of it. Next, we have Incineroar Safety Goggles. This could be Rillaboom, but I decided to go with Incineroar. It's going to be Intimidate, Ghost Terra. Use whatever Incineroar you want, but this is the one I'm using. Impish, Fake Out, Knock Off, Will-O-Wisp, Parting Shot. I don't think you need a Fire move because we already have a Fire Pokemon on the team, so I don't know. There's a couple of moves that you could run in the slot, but I ended up just picking Will-O-Wisp. Next, we have Torkoal with Choice Specs. I usually do run the Charcoal version of this Pokemon, but I think for this team, Choice Specs is going to be the call, and we're going to have 252, 252, of course, with Eruption, Heat Wave, Earth Power, and Flamethrower. So triple fire move and a ground move. This thing is just going to do massive amounts of damage when you Terastallize, and you use Instruct. You could even go for Flamethrower. If you think you're going to even take a little bit of damage on the turn, like you might as well just go for Flamethrower, and it's just going to do a ton of damage and potentially get 2 knockouts anyways. Earth Power is pretty good into like the Armarouge matchup, though you're probably not going to want to fight that matchup with Torkoal anyways. And then last but not least, we have Dragonite with Choice Band. It's going to be Inner Focus, Normal Terra. This is a set I really like, 196, 252, 452. But use whatever one you like. Adamant, Extreme Speed, Outrage, Stomping Tantrum, Ice Spinner. So what's really cool is you can go for Extreme Speed and then Instruct, so you're getting 2 Extreme Speeds out on the same turn, doing massive amounts of damage. He works inside and outside of Trick Room, so very good there. And Ice Spinner is one of our only ways to deal with that size spam matchup. You're able to go with that Ice Spinner and Incineroar and do some stuff there, or you can go for the Rangaroo if you know that they're a faster Armarouge set, and then you can go for the Trick Room and go for that Ice Spinner, and then you can kind of either keep going for Ice Spinners with Instruct or get them out of there, or whatever you need to do. You can also Encore Indeedee, so it can't go for Trick Room, which is really nice. So, yeah, there's a few things you can do with that. But I think it's a really good team, and I think all these teams are very good. And if you do try any of them, let me know how it went for you. And if you have any of your own rentals and stuff that have helped you get to Masterball, leave them down below. I want to try some on stream. So I would like a nice list of different teams, unique teams, stuff that's pretty decent and maybe people aren't expecting. And I just want to give them a shot. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure you guys thumbs it up. If you're not subscribed, make sure you do so. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.